The Amazon 8008 and 8801 error codes are common issues that come up on Amazon when trying to create variations. The 8801 error code states that a child SKU cannot be added to a parent variation because another child SKU has the same variation attributes. The 8008 error code is not specifically related to variations, although it frequently occurs in feeds with variation attributes submitted. The 8008 error on Amazon states that the submitted child SKU cannot be recognized. Resolving these error codes is necessary because having product variations is important for both sellers and shoppers on Amazon. Customers expect to see all of the color, style, and size options available for a product on Amazon. Sellers want to showcase all related products together in order to combine reviews for the child ASINs and increase detail page views. For these reasons, it's important to resolve the 8801 and 8008 errors to fix variation issues as soon as possible. This video will provide some basic variation troubleshooting tips and go through the process of diagnosing the causes of these error codes, identifying possible solutions, and frequently asked questions about Amazon error codes. As the Amazon error code is related to variations on Amazon product listings, here are some general best practices for setting up successful variations. The Variation Wizard tool can be helpful to get an accurate view of the current variation structure and attribution. Ensure no other variations currently exist for an ASIN. Make sure brand names and categories are consistent across all child ASIN. Submit all variation attributes in a full update feed. Ensure you are using the correct Amazon product identification details. Now that you have a baseline understanding of general variation troubleshooting tips, let's dig into the 8008 and 8801 error codes. The Amazon 8008 error code is caused by Amazon's system being unable to recognize an SKU that was submitted in a feed template. The warning states, "We cannot recognize your child SKU." The Seller Central help page about the 8008 error provides limited information about fixing this error code and understanding why it occurs. The 8008 error warning commonly occurs in processing feeds with variation attributes. To resolve the 8008 error, follow these steps. Diagnose the error code 8008 issue. Review the error message from the processing summary and search for the SKU under Seller Central inventory. If the SKU cannot be found on Seller Central, create the SKU manually using the Add a Product tool. To reduce potential errors when adding new products on Amazon, create the SKU without variation attributes being submitted. After the SKU is created, submit variation information. Ensure all variation attributes are provided. Each SKU needs to be defined as a parent or child for the feed to process successfully. The variation theme also needs to be provided for all SKUs along with variation attributes. Resubmit the file and fix other error issues. Remove the variation attributes from the feed template and resubmit the file. If other errors appear in the feed, resolve these before submitting the variation attributes. If the error code is no longer in the processing feed after the update, then add the variation details and resubmit the feed. The Amazon 8801 error code appears in processing feeds that have incorrect variation information submitted. The error specifically states, "The child SKU could not be added to parent SKU because another SKU has the same variation attributes." This means that two child SKUs in a variation have the exact same variation attributes submitted. A variation attribute is the product detail that differs between child SKUs in a variation. Variation attributes can be color names, size names, styles, materials, and more. For example, the variation attribute for a variation with a color name theme would be the color. Each child SKU within a variation needs to have its own unique variation attribute. Otherwise, the variation cannot be created. For the example with the color name variation theme, each SKU needs to have a different color provided in order for the variation to be created. In order to fix the 8801 error, use the following steps. Diagnose the issue that caused the error code 8801. To understand which SKUs caused the error, review the feed processing summary. The summary will identify the type of warning, by providing the error code and the warning message. The message will describe which SKUs have the same variation attributes. Update the feed template with the correct variation attributes. If two SKUs have the same variation attribute submitted, update the attribute so that each SKU is unique. Also make sure that you have selected the correct variation theme. For example, if products differ by both size and color, you will not be able to successfully set up a variation for all SKUs with a color name variation theme. Instead, a size and color name variation theme would be needed in order to provide unique variation attributes for every child SKU. Submit an updated feed and monitor the processing report. Once the variation information has been corrected, resubmit the feed and monitor the processing report. If the 8801 error code continues to appear in the processing report, check the detail pages or variation wizard tool to see if a variation already exists for these ASINs. If no variation currently exists, open casework to seek more information from seller support. Variations are important to both sellers and shoppers on Amazon. Variations are an important aspect to Amazon merchandising and can increase listing traffic, sales, conversion rates, and combine product reviews to a single listing. For these reasons, avoiding variation errors is crucial for sellers. To resolve the 8008 and 8801 error code and other variation errors, ensure that the variation fields are all properly filled in with correct information. If variation issues still persist, contact GOAT Consulting through the link in the description.